Good evening. I am ANYA USHAKOVA. Welcome to my channel. I'm delighted you're here. It is February the 28th, 2021. Next month, we are going to enter spring officially. Here in Northern California, where I am in the wine country, it was probably 70 degrees today. Beautiful day for a walk in nature and just to be out, and see the daffodils bloom and watching everything wake up after a year of hardship, really. We've all been sort of sleepwalking through 2020 since the pandemic, treading very carefully. I want to remind those of you who are my subscribers why it is that I created this channel in April of 2020. And those of you who are new to my channel, you can find out why I'm doing this and what this is about, and my topic tonight, which is really, really important. So please do stay to the end because it's incredibly important for each one of us. I have a very big message to deliver, and I hope you stay with me and listen. And this won't be a very long video, having said that. I'm a transformational life coach. I have been doing this in one fashion or another for years, and with individuals on issues of any kind that are of real importance to them, be it a goal they want to achieve in business, be it wondering why relationships don't last on an intimate level. So it covers the waterfront in terms of what it is that I teach, what it is I coach, and how I coach. And I'm a transformational life coach, so my purpose is always to be able to transform with you that which needs to be transformed from your point of view with my guidance. I've done this with groups. I've, over the years as well, with women-only groups, with men and women. I've built community around certain personal growth paths and, have wonderful people who've sort of stayed with me through the years. When the pandemic occurred and I could no longer have face-to-face individual meetings or group meetings, I thought I'd learn how to navigate YouTube. One of the most difficult tasks I put before myself, but I thought my work is the work of transformation and consciousness. It is not only to lighten and heighten and enhance my own journey in life, but yours and all those who have been clients of mine. I wanted to create content that might be inspirational, that offers inspirational thoughts and actual tools on how to navigate through this thing called a global pandemic, which I don't think any of us have experienced before. I certainly have not. So I don't have to describe what the journey has been. We all had a journey through this time. We're in a different place right now with that journey, of course. Nevertheless, I decided that I was going to create a channel to deliver content that might be helpful, that certainly would be inspirational. And I wanted to focus also in a key way on what I call exquisite aging at any age. So what do I mean by this? What I mean by this, and what I meant by it then, what I still mean by this, is that this life's journey is a journey of shadows and light, right? And it's how we choose to view our daily lives as we travel our journeys to the end of our lives, whenever that might be. And in traveling that road, it is up to us what we choose to think, what we choose to feel, how we choose to express ourselves, how we choose to move in the world, how we choose to grow or not grow. And too many times over the years, I have heard clients say, and I'm too old for this. I'm too old to make changes now, I'm too old to become an artist. I've always been in business, but I really don't want to be in business anymore. I'm actually a photographer, and I would love to be able to take some time off and just practice photography and see what might come of it. All sorts of dreams that were presented to me with the idea that I'm too old now to do that. And I've had those comments from men and women from their 30s, age 30s on up. And I want to say to you, to each and every one of you tonight, you are never too old to try something that you feel you want to explore, something that you think might change your life direction in a positive way, in a new way. You'll never know if you don't try. I tried to learn a little bit of technology to get onto YouTube, so here I am. I'm certainly not haven't mastered this craft. Doesn't matter. What matters is the courage that it has taken me to even say to myself, yes, you can do this. And then in the end say, it's the content that matters. The technology can be learned along the way. What is it that I'm really doing here on YouTube? I'm really here for all of us to help guide our way. So exquisite aging at any ages, you choose at any given time how you wish to grow. And I, as a coach, can guide you there. You can do it alone, of course. You can do it in other ways. But here we are. So today on February 28th, 2021, just sort of, the advent of spring in a few weeks from now, I want to talk about the most important thing you can do for yourself right now and for the entire year. Self-care. Self-care. And in this sense that I'm talking about, it's being selfish in a very good way. In other words, if you're someone like me who, I'm a giver. I'm someone who has always wanted to please the people I love in my life. From my parents to my siblings to my husband to my friends to my community. I'm someone who always thinks of the other, has always thought of the other. And so I gave a lot of who I am away in that way. No regrets. It's been an incredibly rich journey. But now it's time for me and for you to really take a look at what we may have learned in 2020 when the pandemic kept us at home, locked in. What were your thoughts? How did you think you might change your life once past the pandemic? What do you really want to do with your life? So I gave that a lot of thought. I've thought about what's really important to me. So let me talk about that. Let me tell you what I've learned and how I'm approaching 2021. Words matter. Thoughts matter. Words and thoughts drive our feelings and therefore our actions in life. I don't live in the past. I'm not living in the future. I'm living right now in this moment in time on a daily basis. Every day is a gift. I wake up every morning thanking God, the angels, the deities, for still allowing me to be here on this earth, walking my camino, my path. And I discovered that I want only to be rooted in love. And by that I mean that that's my consciousness. It's not romantic love or love for my siblings or love for my community, my friends, the world, the animals. It's my consciousness is actually rooted in love. In that space that allows me to flourish and arrive on a daily basis from a place of expansiveness, of positive vibes, of underlying kindness and compassion. I'm not perfect. I can be rattled just like anyone else. I can be thrown off balance. As I described to a very good friend of mine, you know, life for me has been a high wire act, like a ballerina on a high wire act in my ballerina slippers. You know, it's always balancing shadows and light, always balancing my emotional self, balancing my energy, balancing frustration with hope. So, nevertheless, my consciousness is rooted in love. That's the beginning point for me into 2021. That's what I want to share with you. I've thought about who I want to attract into my life. You know, be it a romantic partner, be it a friend, be it work engagement, travel. What is it that I want to attract to my life? When it comes to people that I might yet meet in 2021, I only want to attract those people who vibrate, now follow me on this, on my frequency. And that frequency is a place of positivity. And I don't mean Pollyanna-ish kind of, stupidity. I mean coming from that place of love as consciousness, even on days when it doesn't feel like that, coming back to it in case I've forgotten in the course of the day, I've been thrown off balance by something or someone. Come back to love as consciousness, and love paves the way for transformation. So love allows kindness, allows compassion, and there's always room for the other. But what I don't want is to attract anyone into my life who only wants to, for example, take my energy, waste my precious time with nonsense or with anger. You know, you name it. Anything that would be jarring to the human spirit. So it is my intention for 2021 to vibrate at a frequency that would only attract people like that into my life. Now, having said that, I'm also all about forgiveness all the time. So that if you're someone who, you know, feels you need to be forgiven for whatever reason has come along in my life, of course, just talk to me. I'm human. You know, I'm a spirit being in a human body. I'll listen to you, I'll feel you, you know, like that. One other thing about me for this year. I mean, there's a lot, right? And of course, if you don't know who I am, you can read about me in the description box below, by the way, as well. I'm on various social media platforms. I'm not always on them, but I do show up. And I'm certainly faithful to YouTube now. This is my 34th video since April of 2020. I've always been a traveler. I was born in Venezuela. My father was Belarusian, from Belarus, my mother Russian. I was raised in Venezuela and Munich and Germany and the United States, New York and Midwest for a time, where my parents were on faculty at various universities. And then now California, but I've always traveled. And I have countries that are really very, very close to my heart. And the country that is closest to my heart at this very moment in time is Greece. I mean, I've always loved France. I love many places, but Paris, my favorite city in the world, right? But I'm really attracted to Greece in 2021. I love Greece. I love their sense of hospitality. I love everything about the vibe there, the Aegean Sea, all of it. And I'll talk about Greece and my experiences of Greece another time, another video. But I'm drawn to Greece in this year. So I'm already thinking about when I'm going to be there. and how it's going to feel. So in closing tonight's video, the questions for you that I have, 2 questions. One is, who do you want to be in 2021? And 2, how do you want to feel being that person? So not what are you going to accomplish in 2021? What do you want to do in 2021? No. Who do you want to be as a being? Who are you? Who do you want to be in 2021? Coming through this most difficult year, moving into a year that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And how do you want to feel being that person that you imagine you really want to be? Think about this. It's really important. And if you have some thoughts, positive thoughts, something that might help other listeners of my channel, leave me a comment. Certainly give me a thumbs up and let me know you like what you heard if you did. And you absolutely share this video with your friends. Bring others into the fold and subscribe. For goodness sakes, please do. And then click the little notification bell. After you've clicked the subscribe button, then you'll never miss finding out when I've posted. Usually I'm on a couple of times a month, but I can never tell you exactly the date at this point. Anyway, I send my love. Happy New Year again. Happy spring. I'll talk to you before we actually enter spring. I send my love. And big kiss. Thank you for being here.